Yep. Elsewhere, how much USFL did you guys watch this last weekend?
I didn't.
All right. Well, Week 5 ratings have arrived for the USFL, and they had a Friday night matchup. They had 3 games this past weekend. The matchup between the Michigan Panthers and Tampa Bay Bandits, which was the first game of the weekend. That Friday night game's typically the lesser one because it's a Friday night and whatnot, but pulled in 250,000 viewers, which was actually a slight tick up from the Friday before. Saturday, Breakers and Generals, which was a Fox broadcast. That was a couple of 3-1 teams, so technically like a great game or whatever. They have saw a slight uptick there as far as a downtick there, 735,000. They've normally been getting about 1 million in that view window. And then the Sunday broadcast, they haven't been able to hit 1 million, still did not hit 1 million, 905,000 for the Stallions and Stars. And then the Maulers and Gamblers on NBC. The biggest rating of the USFL season was the week prior with 1.1 million, but now 692,000. So a couple ticked up, a couple went down pretty good, but they're staying, somewhat steady. There's people that remain optimistic about the USFL. I'm certainly not rooting against it, but at least they've made it longer than the relaunch of the XFL. They made it longer than a lot of these other leagues that have been around. I mean, they're deep into their schedule at this point, so that's just kind of a look at the numbers, but it's been kind of hit or miss on trying to get just 1 million people to view, and right now I don't even really know what it takes to stay on cable viewership-wise. You know what I mean? Like, if you hit 1 million, are you pretty good? Or
who backs the USFL?
It's Fox and NBC.
NBC, all the networks involved. But they can back all they want to. If it's not making them money or it's not doing what they want it to do, they'll drop it like a bad habit.
Yeah, and this comes on the heels of just now. I mean, they announced the XFL is going to be 4-year contract exclusive to ABC, ESPN, and FX and Hulu, I guess. But that's where all the stuff will be. But ABC, ESPN, and FX will be all the XFL games. So we'll see. I mean, that's the TV deal, and Dwayne Johnson and his company getting a bunch of money out of Disney, which is not unusual. That's what
I think the XFL's got a real chance to do something. I just think with his vision and his branding and the people that he'll have involved, they pretty much make everything work, and I think that will have a different flair. I just feel like the USFL is it's kind of there. There's not a whole lot of draw you in unless you live in Birmingham, where all the games are played, and you've got a local team as well. But outside of that, it's kind of hard. There's just not a lot of star power, and that's why it'll be interesting to see like some of these guys getting cut in the NFL right now, the De'Aaron Kings and those types of players, if they can pull them in before the XFL does. Because I think that's where the XFL come in. You start saying like De'Aaron King and you start having like almost basic all-star college games, I think that would probably get more people to tune in. But right now, I couldn't tell you a whole lot of like players on, and much less what team they're on and what their record is and all of that. But the ratings are staying somewhat okay for the USFL, so we'll see. They're now about 6 weeks in, and we'll continue to monitor that. All right, a couple playoff notes tonight in the NHL. Pair of games